So the Chevrolet will advance. Remember, we could have a fast loser coming back.
I'm just checking the scorecard. That 513 could put him back in there, but right now, all you Chevrolet people stand up and smile because you're still alive in this thing. And that kid called Samson, Dan Patrick, the hippie, the yuppie, he put you there.
Yeah.
But Dan, we got good news. No bad news on this one. 508. That's quick time of the weekend. Plus, you move the Chevrolet over to the next round.
Well, if I can stay in the left lane, which I'm going to try to do, I think I got my rhythm down for the weekend. You know, it's getting kind of tough on the other end as far as the jump on my body, but, you know, hey, we're a gladiator here, so we can take that stuff. But, you know, we're here for Chevrolet, and we're going to work on them Fords today.
We look now at the semifinal tree. We talked about the fast loser. Well, it was Colt Cobra at 513, edging Barefoot at 516 for that fast loser position. So there are your pairings now. The fans are ready for semifinal action here at Canfield Fairgrounds. And these Monster Truck Thunder Drags are part of the Special Events Performance Series, which offer a weekend of four-wheel fun. Pick up the latest aftermarket products with a visit to the manufacturer's Midway, or check out the Show and Shine competition. Contact the Special Events Promotion Company to find out when the Performance Series will be coming to your area. Well, Army, we get ready now for semifinal action, and there is a look at Andy Brass in the Bigfoot Cruiser.
What you're looking at there is the notorious cantilever suspension that Bob Chandler came up with. They've kind of kept it under wraps. They keep a low profile on it, but it's working, believe me.
Yeah, it gets the chassis to settle down in the no man's land. That's where he really makes the horsepower.
Yeah, we're talking about all the travel. Well, his shock absorbers can travel just as much as the other guys, but the wheel will move further through geometry. Now, you kids sitting home watch this on TV, you go ask your math teacher how cantilever suspension works. I'm sure they'll be happy to tell you. Old Uncle Army and Uncle Gary can't right now.
That's right. Well, you can write an essay on it for extra credit points in your geometry class.
That's right, but right now, both motors, 460 cubic inch, lower drive service prepared Ford engines. We got a race, buddy.
Who's it going to be?
We just saw a race. What's the number?
Who is it going to be? As close as it possibly could be. A 512. Is this another dead heat? A 512 for Colt and a 513 for Andy. Oh, my. Colt Cobra.
Man, if they were playing hand grenades today, he's hitting close.
That's as close as you can get without having a dead heat.
Well, he's already had that. He just wins this one by a TT. Look at this.
By a fang.
Exactly. A snaggletooth, if you will.
Let's go talk to Colt Cobra.
Colt, you really don't seem to let too many of these other guys bother you. They don't seem to phase you at all, no matter who you're going up against.
No, I don't let them intimidate me. Like I said, I may be a privateer out here. I just went up against, took out one of the big boys, the Bigfoot Cruiser there with Andy. Veteran driver. I've been here. They used to call me the new guy, and now I'm not the new guy anymore. Now I'm the guy that's there every round, taking the wins, putting them out, hopefully going to the finals.
Well, indeed, it looks like he could be the guy to beat here this afternoon in Canfield as we take a look at another pairing between Dan Patrick in Sampson, the near lane. There's a look at Gene Patterson, his crew chief here this afternoon.
Everybody knows Patterson used to work with the Bigfoot people. He's gone over to work with Patrick, the privateer, and they're doing awfully well for themselves right now. But, you know, past don't count. This is the only thing that counts right now because you see in the background the big flames of the Power Wheels Bigfoot. The Friendship just went on the shelf. They'll pick it up in about 200 feet down the road here.
Well, Dan Runte drives the Bigfoot Power Wheels entry, and he is closing in on Andy Brass in the Penda Points Series. The last 3 or 4 weeks, he's really closed the margin down. A win here would actually, I think, give him the points lead.
But you got to get past this Chevrolet, and like I say, Dan Patrick and Patterson, they are going to go for your throat big time. Not going to work for them. That Ford's going into the final.
That will be Dan Runte as he takes that win with a 5.00 ET. What a run for Dan Runte and the Bigfoot. And there's the 5.17 for Dan Patrick.
5 flat is awesome with the 10,000-pound truck, Gary. He just left on him, rolled the first hill. Now watch this. Plants the horsepower. He is off and flying.
And he flies right into the championship round here at Canfield with that run. And here, trackside's Dan Runte.
Each run, that Chevrolet is trying to pull you guys in. You got to give credit where credit's due. Gene and Dan are doing a good job. But you're the guy that's going into the next round.
That's right, Army. We come out, run a faster time this time than we ran last time. Ford Power Wheels Bigfoot's really hooking up. Got to thank BDS. We've been working a lot with them as far as horsepower, and we're getting it to the ground. It's working tough.
Definitely takes horsepower now. There's no grins and giggles. It's raw horsepower.
That's right.
Well, we have some Snake fans, and he'll be in the championship when we come back. Welcome back to Canfield, ready for the championship. Prior to the final matchup, Army caught up with both drivers. First, Dan Runte.
Well, you know this guy wants you in the worst way. He's going to do anything he can to beat you, but that's racing. That's the caliber of racing we're having right now.
That's right. We're going out here. We have lane choice. Did a faster time last run than he did. That's going to make a difference, I think. We just got to go out here, cut a good light. Like I said earlier, that's making all the difference in the world, and see how it comes out.
If we can win again here tonight, it'd be 2 in a row. Be a good shot in the arm, good shot in the arm for us and Ford. Get the power down to these Firestones, get it down that track, be first across the line. We'll meet you in the winner's circle.
Does the Snake have an arm?
There's a confident driver right there is Colt Cobra and Dan Runte for the second straight outing. These two are meeting for the championship.
Okay, now you got to go back and realize that the last time they met, Runte kind of shot himself in the foot. Colt Cobra played a little mind game on him and got away with it. Now, I would be willing to bet a week's payment, a week of your pay.
A week of my pay.
Of your pay.
It won't happen
That will
again.
not happen again. Dan Runte has that snake in his crosshairs. He will not make a mistake.
I would tend to agree this time he'll not be snookered like he was the last time. And if you didn't see our show last week, we can tell you that these same two staged. Colt jumped and got back, or burped it as he said, got back on the brake. And then when Runte burped it, he couldn't get it stopped, and he red lighted.
Snake burped in gold and the
Watch
Bigfoot
it now.
whoa-woed.
All right, here you are, Dan Runte and Colt Cobra. Dan trying to take over the Penda Points Series lead after 9 events of a 13-race series.
Good heads-up start. Both drivers. Dan Runte is there.
Dan Runte has him. And he has picked up the Penda Points lead with the points picked up here this afternoon. Colt Cobra 5:17, and Dan will go a 5:08. So Dan Runte takes over the Penda Points Series lead. Once again, this was the 9th race of 13 events as he goes around Andy Brass. Colt Cobra's 3rd, Schaefer is 4th, and Patrick is now 5th. Army?
Gary, I tell you what, we're down here with the new national points leader being congratulated by his crew by 380 points, buddy. You're the guy they're all chasing now. Congratulations.
Thanks, Army. Like I said, the truck's been working really well. We got to thank the crew. Every round we went out here, it ran a little bit faster. The truck's working good. Firestone tires are hooking up. Everything's going well for us. We really can't complain about anything.
You know, it doesn't come easy, though. I mean, between every round, everybody is working like crazy. I mean, you're not backing into this thing. You're definitely having to earn your way.
No, Army, and there's something different here that we ain't seen in a while either, is the lanes are real similar here, so there's not a real big lane choice. I feel the left lane's a little better, but that's my preference, and that's got a lot to do with the way things are going here.
There are actually 230 points now separating first and second. Our congratulations to Dan Runte. We'll see you next week on Trucks and Tractor Power. Now here's news of an exciting video release from Diamond B Sports.
What?